What is commercial law? Commercial law is essentially contract law. It very much depends on the industry or sector that you're in and the size of the organization. Depending on those two factors, that will impact the relevant priorities of the parties involved. For example, one party may prioritize cost and profit, whereas another party may prioritize reputation or potential future matters. So, what are the common terms or clauses that you may see in a commercial contract? So, firstly, parties. This may seem non controversial, however, it's important to have the correct entity involved in the contract. For example, if you have a large group of companies, they may have many similar sounding company names, but just ensure that you have the correct company name and company registration number. Term, ensuring that the contract is for the correct length of time. Fee and cost, ensuring that the right figures are inserted and the relevant payment mechanism is included. On top of this, including provisions around late payment. Insurance, ensuring that relevant elements of the transaction are covered by insurance and who is doing that insurance. And last but not least, indemnities. Some further contractual provisions may include force majeure. So, this is a contractual provision which allows a contract to end subject to specific circumstances, most commonly war, terrorism, natural disasters, and more. Termination, so ensuring that the parties have sufficient termination rights specific to their commercial needs. Guarantor provisions, this allows additional assurance for a company which, for example, may have poor credit ratings or is simply a large value contract. Counterparts, allowing a contract to be signed, particularly if there are multiple parties in one contract. And last but not least, jurisdiction, so ensuring that the correct country's laws applies to the relevant contract, and if an issue arises, where that contractual issue will be heard in a court. Other contractual provisions may include variation, so how the document could be changed in the future. Intellectual property, so depending on the nature of the contract, the background and foreground IP should be defined and the relevant rights attached between the parties. Execution, so how the document will be actually signed, whether that will be a deed or not. And last but not least, the schedules and appendices. So these will usually contain further information, for example, governance, costs, the people involved, and more. In terms of supporting other teams or departments, commercial impacts most areas of law. So, for example, commercial property. If you have a complex lease or a large sale or purchase, there will be commercial contract elements involved. Corporate transactions, so the purchasing of other companies, will include reviewing or drafting commercial contracts. Intellectual property, IP provisions are in most commercial contracts. Banking and finance and procurement will all have commercial contract elements also. Watch this space for more exciting content.